Hey everyone, welcome back to another War video. This is another triple header, Wars 10, 11, and 12 of the season for Loki, while we push to get back to Masters. I'll let you know why it's a triple header when I get to War 2, but let's start here with Doom, Falcon, and Mr. Fantastic here for War number 10. I have Falcon for this fight here for Thing on node 22. I was back up on the paths, but I have Falcon for this hazard shift Thing. Falcon, obviously one of the best Thing counters in the entire game. You just can completely turn him off as long as he's locked on. Falcon can also turn off Hazard Shift when he's locked on. So two very important things to be able to manage in this fight. So the other two things just to call out for this fight is it does have aggression prowess. So, if you don't hit him too often, you will gain up a decent amount of prowess, and his specials can hit pretty hard. And then the other one is insult to injury. If Thing ever gets any debuff on me, which the big way to put debuffs on you is just the node, but you can see here Red Wing is in cooldown, so I'm just backing off. Red Wing goes back, I lock on again, and now I'm free to hit him once again. So the big thing here is just don't get hit by a special while Red Wing's in cooldown, because I can't hit him safely, the prowess can really build up. But as long as I'm doing that and just, hitting him while he's locked down, just standard Thing fight. Don't have to worry about rock stacks. Don't have to worry about anything. Nothing too crazy. Here I do hit him once while he did not have, while I was not locked on. So I do put one rock stack on, but I don't get hazard shifted. So that's good. You can see here, the fight very much in control. I'm down to the last 20% here. This lock-on should do it. Just need to bait out this special. Thing throws it, and now it's just a matter of I throw the special one here because I was hopeful it would KO. It was not quite enough, but, two more hits, and that'll do it. So very straightforward Falcon fight. Nothing too crazy. So these next two fights, we weren't really sure what to do. Human Torch was banned, and he is obviously the best counter for this America Chavez here on node 39. So when I don't know what to do, I just use Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is a really, really just strong general attacker. There's a lot of fights that he can take. So this is Chavez on Ebb Flow Intercept. It also has Mighty Charge, so I do have a White Magneto pre-fight. I'm just trying to parry the special ones if I can, just to, kind of not give her as many dexterity debuffs for Mystic Dispersion. So here, I did a decent amount of chunk damage on that first intercept. Then there goes my invulnerability boost. So that's not great. I was also playing a little bit more, I guess, reckless to start there with Doom because I had the safety of the invulnerability boost. But I have taken Ebb Flow Intercept with Doom's before plenty of times without intercepting at all. Doom has plenty of damage to get by. So I wasn't too worried even if I couldn't throw another intercept. But really the big thing here is I'm a little concerned about her special too. But the good thing about playing Chavez as much as I have is I know that it can't go unblockable unless she's in the negative zone. Crap. All right, so I pushed her to special 2, so now I'm just holding block, just really hoping she does not throw that special 2 while she has negative zone, so I'm not finishing combos. I'm holding block, trying to reparry. Got to kind of reparry anyway because of the Mighty Charge. So there I'm able to push her to special 3 and use my special 1 to dump her below 2 bars of power. So at this point, I am just baiting out the special. I want her to throw the special 1. She throws it. She does have enough power to kind of get back to a special 1. So I'm in a little bit of an awkward loop, but I'm again kind of able to power drain her below the special 2. Another thing to note here is because of Chavez's negative zone power reduction thing, I'm not getting as much power as I normally would, so it's just something you got to take into consideration when you're playing Doom against Chavez. You can see, though, the fight, we're 2 minutes in, she's about 2/3 of the way down, so, it's slow. We're certainly not going to win this one on timer, basically on this fight alone. But here, she throws her special 2, but she doesn't have the dark dimension up, or no, I'm sorry, the negative dimension up, so it's not unblockable, so I'm okay to just block it. So here I'm going to throw another combo to get her power up a little higher before I throw my special 3. You can see, Doom able to handle this fight relatively well. I just did the one intercept at the start, and then since then just kind of trying to essentially brute force my way through the node. So at this point, just trying to doom cycle here. She's not quite at the special 3, so I don't get quite enough power to get up to the special 2, but that's okay, as Doom is able to finish off that fight. So not the most ideal counter, but Doom able to do it in a pinch. Next fight for me is going to be Mangog. So normally we would use Torch or Scorpion or Spider-Man 2099, or but we didn't have an extra Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099 best counter for this fight by a mile, but we didn't have one to send this way. So again, we just kind of said, whatever, we'll just send Doom. So Doom, this is not the first time I've taken Mangog here. You need to be really, really on point with reparries to take Mangog here, because basically, he's at his special 2, which is unblockable, and Mangog's special 2 hits really, really hard. And Doom kind of... Aspect of Evolution kind of works against Doom because of all of the power control, where he's power draining, putting people back over a bar, putting people back under a bar. So they can ramp up Aspect of Evolution very quickly, which I actually am able to take advantage of later in the fight. With Mangog, because of his power gain, because he has reduced power gain above 2 bars of power, or reduced power gain in general, it's when you do the normal Doom cycle, when you would get back up to a special 3, you're short every single time because Mangog doesn't get enough power to do it. So it's just something you just have to take into consideration when it's just a unique interaction. Both of these fights are not standard Doom fights. They're certainly not where Doom is the ideal counter, but he can do both. So you can see here, again, power draining. Mangog has thrown no specials yet in this entire fight. The only time that he's gotten charges have been from my Doom cycles where I finished the 5 combo, which was probably unnecessary. So, and also I've just missed twice now getting able to double up on the Fury, so my aura has fallen off both times before I got up to the special 3 again. But you can see here, Doom, able to really kind of not nuke through, this fight's taken a little bit, but you can see here, that's what I was talking about, where I was able to take advantage of Aspect of Evolution, where he actually did have enough power gain to get up to the special 3. I was able to power drain it, get up to my special 2, I throw my special 2, and he just burns to death from there. So that's War 10, able to go 3-0 in that one. Here's War 11. Here's why this is a triple header. So War 11 was on Saturday. You see I have Sorcerer, Jabari Panther, and Odin. I have one fight in this war. I was supposed to have no fights in this war because Saturday morning I woke up, I was not feeling well, and I had to go to the emergency room and had to get my appendix out. So, because I was going to go into surgery, the officers in my battle group very graciously put me on double backup. So this was Sunday morning. I was, thankfully, everything went okay with the surgery. Appendectomy is not the most terrible surgery, but, it's still surgery. So I was able to have the surgery done on Saturday and discharge Saturday night. So this is Sunday morning, where I feeling pretty good. We originally assigned a thing to this fight, but because I was available, I had 3 open spots, and Sorcerer with Odin pre-fights and the Jabari Panther synergy to basically have a power start 1 is just an excellent counter to this node. She actually Sorcerer takes no damage whatsoever from the shocks. So really good counter here. I was actually healing off of the 1 shock that kind of got through. That's based on the Odin pre-fight and Sorcerer's base energy resistance. So you can see here, though, just trying to cycle through. I threw my special 3 while I had the Fury on me, so I have a permanent, or not a permanent, but every time I throw a special, I put another armor break on, which is good, just to help keep things under control. Sorcerer is also a global, so she's able to put the Fate Seal on. This is also after the boss is down, so I'm able to nullify, so that's fun as well. But I'm just kind of spamming specials, and Super Skrull is really nothing too crazy. The biggest thing we'll worry about in this fight with Super Skrull is the Falter, which is relatively easy to deal with, but here I throw this big special too, and that's it for Super Skrull. So one fight there for me. For those keeping track at home, I entered into this video at 95, so that's 4 fights. That gets me to 99. So my first fight here is going to be fight number 100 to see if I can break the centennial mark. I'm going to go back to old trusty Apocalypse. Apoc has really carried me through this season. Rank 5 Apoc has been absolutely incredible, and I'll be using him against this Masochism Rintrah here. So Path 1, it's been old reliable for me here, old familiar. So I'm going to be using Apoc here against Rintrah. Just want to parry heavy here. Nothing too crazy, just to keep his mystical charges in check, and throw the special 2. Big thing with Rintrah is, he can put neutralizes on you just by him hitting you. So you can see I'm kind of frantically dashing back. I'm just trying to get him away from the corner. And he needs to ramp up a few more mystical charges before he can really be annoying in the corner. But I don't want to keep Rintrah in the corner because that's where he wants to be. So just kind of, parry heavying, nothing too crazy here. Just trying to take it, one combo at a time here. I heavy into a special 2. You can see I do have mutant boosts on, so that does shoot me up all the way up to, it would have been another special, but the dot does KO him. So there is fight number 100. So I'm able to get through that one okay. Can't rest and celebrate yet because I do have this fight right after. It is Wong here on node 20. Again, Power Start 1, Mutant Boost with Apoc. He is an excellent counter to just about everybody on this node. So I'm just trying to get up to the special 2. So I know I've said it before, but I really like how Apoc's got a multi-hit special, so you can take advantage of that before the strike counter counts down. I'm sorry, the multi-hit heavy. So I throw the first special 2. It's able to get me back up over a bar of power. So now I can just do the same thing with my 3 combos: medium, medium, medium 4 lights, and heavy, and then heavy into the special. Just trying to keep his charges into consideration. He's up to 65, 68, so and he's getting a little high. I throw my special 2, and he is gonna die before it's an issue. So nothing too crazy there. Apoc able to get through. So in section 2, I'm again on path 1. I will be using Diablo. Diablo, very, very strong for these 2 of these 3 fights here. I'll be using him against Man-Thing. This is after the boss was down, which I don't think matters for Man-Thing. But basically with Man-Thing, this is node 30, never back down. So basically if I back up twice, he gets a regen, and if he gets too many regens, he goes unblockable. So I want to keep that in mind. Diablo is a global attacker, so I am able to keep the Fate Seals on, the Neutralize, stuff along those lines. So one thing I found out about in this war, I didn't realize that Neutralize affected buffs on the attacker as well. That was a fun interaction. So basically, Man-Thing can put on his postules, the buffs that he puts on to you. If he's neutralized, he actually can't do that. You can see I popped an invulnerability boost and promptly wasn't getting enough use out of it, so I decided to take a few hits. But, that's the way that Man-Thing poisons, is he puts those postures on and then he basically detonates them off you, and that's how you get poisoned. Now, Diablo doesn't care because he actually prefers to be poisoned. But it was just a cool interaction that it took me till, War 12 to realize that that's how it worked. So here I'm just trying to bait out this special. He throws it. You can see I'm frantically tapping the special 3. Throw the special 3. Nothing too crazy with this fight. It's going to take him pretty much all the way down. Another really cool interaction with this, I did have the Essence of Null pre-fight on, so with that, Diablo puts on a whole bunch of buffs, but because he also Fate Seals immediately due to the global, he puts them on and removes them immediately, and I shoot right up to a special 3 again. Diablo can only throw one special 3, but I'm right there where I could have spammed special 2, so really cool interaction. But, nothing too crazy there. Next fight here is going to be Apoc against this Buffet Kitty. So you can see I'm backing off at the start. That's because I do have the Wong crossfight on. I'm not really too concerned about her getting a regen when she's at 100% health, so I don't really care that she got that. I'm just trying to bait out a special. Also with Kitty, you want to keep her under 3 prowess if possible. And if she does get prowess. You just want to block one of their special hits and she'll lose them. And you also want to not stun her. So you can see, with Apoc, especially with 4 charges, a lot of times, I'll hit that first light in there where I can kind of keep the combo going. But there I just kind of sat in the corner, waited for her to finally throw a heavy. She did. I throw my special 2. It gets me almost all the way back up to another special 2. Thankfully, none of the hits in the special crit until that one right there. So that was actually really convenient because I could have got the fight a little bit more interesting. But you can see there, Apoc just able to cycle through a whole bunch of specials and kitty drops pretty easily. But last fight of the war for me, and the only thing standing between me and a perfect season, is Gorr. Gorr is the champion the one death I had last season. I'm going to be using Diablo here. It's got strike counter and never back down, so I'm going to be using a power start 1. I do not like fighting Gorr. I know I've made that very clear. His animations are wild. His debuffs are all over the place. But Diablo is an absolutely excellent counter, especially with this global. So, I let him get a few buffs on, then I throw my special 1. So now I'm up to a special. And then my Mystic Dispersion popped me up just shy of a special 3. So then I'm able to get to a special 3. I throw my special 3. So now he's got a whole bunch of poisons on him. I did pop Mystic Boost as well, which were unnecessary. But, I just didn't want to leave anything to chance here. So you can see the poisons really just ticking him down. So here he's going to throw his special 2. And you see the game just lagged out of nowhere. So at that point, I'm freaking out, but it doesn't matter because Diablo is able to tank the special 2. But I was like, you got to be kidding me. Last fight of the season. But Diablo able to secure the perfect season. So I go 58-0. I end the season on a streak of 104. So a very good season for me. I'm very happy as to how it went. In terms of the attackers that I used, Apoc and Chavez, they really did carry me through a lot of the season. Apoc, I brought to 8 wars, used them in 22 fights. Chavez, only 4 wars. I actually thought I used her more than that, but she had 14 fights. Spider-Man 2099, the only other champion I brought to multiple wars other than Apoc and Chavez and Cable, but we'll get to him. I was able to go 6-0 with Spider-Man 2099. Archangel 3-0, used him in War 1. Doom, as you just saw, went 2-0. Diablo, as you just saw, went 2-0. Scorpion, he was banned a lot for us, so I didn't get to use him a whole bunch, but I brought him to 1 war. He went 2-0. Thing brought him to 1 war, went 2-0. Cable had that one fight. He was at every war Apoc was at. Actually, I think every war but 1. But he had that one fight against the Spider-Man Supreme that got really interesting. But he went 1-0. Falcon, as you saw, 1-0. Nick Fury, 1-0. Nimrod, 1-0. And Sorcerer, 1-0. For a total of 58-0. In terms of these 3 wars, we went 2-1 over the wars. We were able to secure a master's place. So honestly, 6-6 on the season doesn't look great, but it was one of the better seasons we've performed in for Loki. I do want to shout out my battle group 3. We died in total as a battle group 10 times over the entire season, which was just a really, really strong season by battle group 3, but also by battle groups 1 and 2. They played really well. Like I said, this was really one of the better seasons we ever played. I'm really, really happy with how we played. I think we were better than the 14th best alliance in war this season, but that's just the way the matchups go sometimes. But I'm happy that we were able to get into Masters. So I know this was a lengthy video, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.